Zhang is President and Chief Economist at Pinpoint Asset Management.
It has been very impactful, I would say, over the past few years. And for instance, last year, I think half of the cars that sold in China turns out to be EV cars. To some extent, that's driven by this government subsidy program. And I think 1 year ago, in 2023, only about 31% of cars that sold were EVs. So, up from 30% to 50% within a year, that's quite a big improvement.
And it also applies to petrol and diesel cars with smaller engines too. How does this balance the move towards EVs with the ongoing demand for traditional vehicles?
Yeah, there's a balance. So the government wouldn't want to shift, all those subsidies to just EV industry because there are within that auto industry there are quite many factories already been a lot of capex went in that gasoline car kind of segment. So the government try to make a balance, but they do want to provide more subsidies for EV cars, and for that matter, that the increase of EV purchase is quite significant over the past few years. So I think the government is managing to develop this EV industry already quite successfully.
And the subsidy program doesn't just apply to vehicles, does it? Home appliances, tech devices like phones are included. What could this do to consumer behavior?
I think it's already changing consumer behavior. So last year, we've seen some cities, local cities, provided subsidies for home electronic appliances and say smartphones, and turns out to be very successful. I think that's why the central government now rolling out this program on the national level for all the cities in China. And I do think that the sales of these eligible products will pick up in the coming months, and hopefully providing a boost for the macro economy.
And what about China's place in the global EV market? What does this subsidy program do for that?
I think over the past few years, the subsidies program contributed to this quite big increase of EV market share in China's auto market. And China now, I think, is already a leading market globally for EVs. I think that these kind of subsidies played a very important role, but down the road, probably a lot of these subsidies will phase out in the coming years. But for this year, I think it will continue to play a bigger role.